Spiritual power lies in its efficacy, its ability to produce lasting, tangible, reliable results right here and right now in this moment in time space. I don't care if we're talking about voodoo, Christianity, the pharmacy, what you eat. If it's not healing, if it's not beneficial, if it's not liberating, if it's not freeing, it's ego, it's vanity, it's carnality. I feel like we've all said a whole lot, so I don't want to spend a whole lot of time on my background, but I will say I'm a product of the Black Spiritualist Church. I'm a product of evangelical, Black spiritualist Christianity. I grew up on the East Coast. I'm a product of the Gullah Geechee Nation. I came to New Orleans 25 years ago. When I came to New Orleans, Marguerite was still alive. Dr. Sharon was still running the Voodoo Museum on Rampart Street, next to Priestess Mary, and many others that I can't quickly enumerate. When I first came to New Orleans, no one was outwardly, openly proclaiming voodoo. When I came to New Orleans, nobody wanted to claim and admit that all they knew and understand and lived was voodoo. And as Queen Kalinda eloquently demonstrated, nobody willingly volunteers to be ostracized, to be demonized, to be denigrated for this, for voodoo. I also, as a representative of Hollywood, TV, movies, I have a clear distinction between entertainment, imagination, creativity, keeping my lights on, and voodoo. I'm proud to say that I don't make my living off of voodoo. Voodoo don't pay my rent, it don't keep my lights on. That's what Hollywood is for. That's what a job is for. My vocation is voodoo. I see voodoo as a ministry. There is a push to remove voodoo and ATR proper out of the realm of religion, out of the realm of ethno-cultural religious practice. Because as some of the other panelists have suggested, then it opens it wide for commercialism, wide for bastardization, wide for anyone to create and recreate their own reality in their own image. I'm grateful to be the leader and king of New Orleans voodoo. I'm grateful to stand here today as a successful transplant. Transplant is a negative word for some locals in New Orleans. I'm a successful transplant. Many of you thought I was from here. Many of you thought I was born and raised here. Many of you say I sound just like you, I eat like you, I walk like you. My ancestors helped create and build this land. My great-great-grandfather was a Confederate soldier here in Louisiana, in Louisa. So let's talk about lineage. Let's talk about heritage. Let's talk about sacrificing for this place. My only purpose was to revive the legitimate practice of New Orleans voodoo. When I began, that was on no one's plate. No one cared, no one wanted to hear it. They thought I was crazy. And I'm proud to say today, I am one of the people who have helped to make voodoo legitimate and look good again. Now the problem with that is, now everybody wants to do it. You turn on your IG, your Instagram, everybody's a voodoo practitioner, everybody's a voodoo priest, everybody's a voodoo queen, and you can't operate legitimately in this tradition without a footprint. You just can't. Now we can go back to slavery when we were forced into secrecy under the threat of death. Ain't no threat of death today. Ain't no threat of death. And so if you are connecting with spirit, you are healing, you are helping, you are changing lives, there's no way that stays secret. There's no way no one knows about that. And so I'm proud to be a representative, not of myself, but of New Orleans and New Orleans voodoo today. I am proud that we can hold our heads up as descendants of enslaved Africans who could not speak a word of Ebe without the threat of their life, who couldn't speak Yoruba without the threat of their life. Remember, we couldn't drum legally in public. We couldn't gather. We couldn't pray together legally in public. And that's why I love Congo Square. Our history, blood, sweat, and tears is in Congo Square. That's the one place where we could go to connect. And I always say that if you could count in Yoruba, Fa, Akan, Ebe, being forced to learn to recount in Portuguese or Spanish or English doesn't erase our memory of our gods. We've been told we don't know our gods, we don't know where we came from, we've lost our connection. That's what we've been hearing for several hundred years now as Africans here in this America. But if we can count in Yoruba, you can count in English. And so therefore we can remember our rhythms, we can remember our deities, we can remember how to connect with spirit. It's an illusion, an idea that we lost something. It's gone underground. It was forced into hiding. But today, we have the internet. And so people feel they can Google voodoo and get a whole understanding about what voodoo is, in a weekend. People feel they can take a vacation to Nigeria for 2 weeks and come back and have a full understanding of what Ifa is. I'm also curious about the young practitioners who seem resistant to eldership, who seem resistant to leadership. We have self-proclaimed 20-year-old practitioners today of this tradition. Does that make sense? How much do we learn about life as a 20-year-old, as a 25-year-old, as a 30-year-old, as a 35-year-old? My life didn't change until I was 40. I was forced onto the street at 14. 14 years old, I was on the street trying to figure out where I was going to live, how I was going to eat, what I was going to do. Voodoo calls you, you don't call it. Voodoo saved my life. Voodoo saved my life. I'm here today with you under the power of my ancestors and voodoo. I'm grateful for Dr. White for this opportunity to re-legitimize voodoo again. As I said before, I honor Haiti. I honor and acknowledge Cuba. I honor and acknowledge Brazil. But why not honor and acknowledge ourselves? Why not honor and acknowledge this ancestral DNA memory that exists right here? And take that just as seriously as we take all the other endeavors in our Western lives today. I'm grateful for voodoo. I'm grateful for the opportunity to represent voodoo. I'm grateful for an opportunity to present a way out. Many of our young people today do not see a way out. They don't believe in your Catholic Church anymore. They don't believe in your evangelical and your Baptist churches anymore. They don't believe in your talk and your do the right thing and life is going to work out. Our young people are not hearing that. Are you all looking at the divorce rate, suicide rate, the drug consumption, the alcohol consumption? Our people need healing. Our people need healing from the inside out. We don't need a quick spell to bring the man back, to bring the next lover back. We don't need a quick spell to hit the lotto. That's not what we need. We need total mind-body healing from the inside out. And so, as a representative of authentic New Orleans, voodoo, I'm grateful to be here before you to answer your questions, but to represent for my ancestors as well as yours.
Thank you.